day everyone, I'm Engine Cadet Season, and today I will be discussing the application of UNCLOS to the maritime claims of the claimants to the South China Sea. First, the South China Sea, one of the most contested water in the world, rich in natural resources and a vital trade route. This body of water is claimed by multiple countries, each with its own justification. But what does international law say about this claim? Today, we'll explore how the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, applies to the maritime disputes in the South China Sea. Let's define first, what is UNCLOS? UNCLOS is a set of international rules that govern how countries can use the world's ocean. It defines marine zones like the territorial sea. The territorial sea is the 12 nautical miles from the coast, where a country has full control. And second is the EEZ, the exclusive economic zone. The exclusive economic zone is 200 nautical miles, where a country has a special right to resources like fish and oil. Most countries in the South China Sea dispute have signed UNCLOS, meaning they should follow these rules. But do they? Now, let's dig in how the claimants apply UNCLOS. Let's take a look at how the main claimants, China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, use UNCLOS in their arguments. First, China. China claims nearly the entire South China Sea using a historical boundary called the 9-dash line. The problem, UNCLOS doesn't recognize historical claims unless backed by arguments. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled that China claims had no legal basis, but China ignored the ruling. Next, the Philippines. The Philippines brought China to court under UNCLOS and won in 2016. The ruling confirmed that parts of the South China Sea, like the West Philippine Sea, belong to the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. But because UNCLOS has no enforcement power, China still refused to acknowledge this. Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei rely on UNCLOS to argue that the South China Sea should be divided based on exclusive economic zone boundaries. They reject China 9-dash line and focus on legal claims under UNCLOS. Taiwan makes a similar claims to the China, but is not a member of the UN, so it cannot formally use UNCLOS mechanism. Does UNCLOS actually work? UNCLOS provides a legal framework, but here's a challenge. It can force countries to follow its ruling, while smaller nations like the Philippines use UNCLOS to assert their rights. China ignores it, instead enforce its claims with military presence. So, is UNCLOS effective? In theory, yes. In practice, power often wins over law. In conclusion, the South China Sea dispute is more than just a legal battle. It's a geopolitical struggle. While UNCLOS sets the rules, its success depends on whether powerful countries respect them. Until all nations agree to follow the law, tensions in the South China Sea will likely continue. The big question is, will diplomacy and international law ever prevail over power and military strength? Thank you for listening. Again, I am Engine Cadet Season.